What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video we are going back to the junkyard, and the reason why, because in the next video, which this video is going to be, we are going to start a shock tower or strut tower build. But however, I've been thinking, and what would I want to build? Something that is already there. So let me show you what I mean. So I have both of these shock towers and they're pretty strong. The steel that they use, it's pretty solid. So instead of chopping mine, and this one is messed up so I wouldn't be able to use it anyways, so instead of chopping that guy, I can go to the junkyard and get it from there. So that way I don't have to disassemble this car yet, so I don't have like parts laying around here. So in today's video, we're gonna go sourcing for some parts at the junkyard like we always do. So we're gonna see if we find anything else, maybe something for the Beamer, because I kind of want to get a new headlights for this bad boy. The ones that I have are not bad. I did them black, but however, the projectors are kind of burned up because I went with the 55 watt instead of going with the 35. So if I can find the OEM one, that would be like a deal of a lifetime. So we'll see that, and we're gonna chop that thing off. And definitely the old car is coming along. I've been doing a lot of measurements, a lot of well, not cutting yet, but a lot of measurements and back and forth from this garage to the other garage. But yeah, I think I finally decide what I'm gonna do. So stay tuned and let's go to the junkyard. So this is gonna be the donor. Already chopped up this side. And now I'm gonna chop up the other side, and should be home run. All right. Like that. So these bad boys have been bolted down to the subframe, and I squared them off. I welded them up so that way they don't move. I measured it off my sister's Mustang, so that's all measured up. And then these bad boys are gonna be bolted on the bottom of this, so that way once I take the subframe, I can make a jig where the strut towers are gonna be. So once that one is off, I'll move it over here, and then I should be able to build strut towers where they go. As you can see, this I am working on a subframe, and this is taking a while because there's a lot of cutting measurements. But yeah, right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bolt these bad boys on the bottom, and then tack weld this one in so it's more permanent, so it doesn't go anywhere. And then I'm gonna remove a subframe, because subframe is gonna have to be fitted on here, and we are gonna have a jig. So let's get to it. Let's do more cutting and more measuring. I love that. All right, got it braced up. Got my metal plate in here on both sides. I got one going across X, 3 of them going sideways. Now I'm gonna take off the subframe and we're gonna make a jig. Subframe is separated, and here is a thing that I'm gonna make a jig off. So it's staying there pretty solidly. It's not moving anywhere, nice and solid. So now I get to make a jig. I made all my pre-cuts. Now this bad boy is gonna bolt right there. This one is gonna go right there, and then this is gonna go right here, which is all gonna be welded. And then once I unbolt it, I'll have a jig that I could use on the car. she has been welded, and here we go. Check out these welds, pretty good for using just straight up welder that doesn't use shielding gas. But I do have a little secret. I did buy a new welder that's going to be revealed a little bit later. My jig is made now. Now I can bolt everything and disregard of these, and we should have a jig to complete our strut towers on 1954 Mercury. So let's get to next step. Well, I ain't gonna lie, measure once, cut twice definitely got best of me. So let me show you what I did. Everything is good. However, I'm supposed to be bolting this onto this screw. The way I had it positioned, I thought this was the screw that is facing forward, and let me show you why. Here is engine support. I'm gonna be bolting this piece right here, and the rest of this is going to be cut to concave the frame. So yeah, I'm gonna have to see how I can modify this. Probably cut it somewhere here, and then see if I can flip this over and try to rebuild it to existing bar. If not, you are gonna see me build a new one. So let's get to it. Here we go. I was able to flip it from here to this side, ended up cutting it, ended up making a, I don't even know what angle that is, but now since I welded in a few different spots, I'm gonna reuse this bad boy, so that way that everything is square, because pretty sure the heat warped a little bit and I want it to stay where it is. So I'm gonna weld this on both sides, and we should take it off and see how it looks. Quick view. This is one side, here is the other side. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but it'll do the job. So I'll show you how it looks in the car. All right, here is a jig that I made. Pretty much it's solid, and here is where it's gonna be placed on. This is a subframe. I originally wanted to trim the subframe, but there's a new plan. If you check my last video, you'll see that we're gonna be running this beam all the way, and we're gonna run our new rails from scratch. So let me put a jig on there so you can see how that actually is gonna look and where it's gonna locate my strut towers. All right, here is where it's gonna mount, so that way I could build off my strut towers. You're just gonna have to stay tuned for the next video, because in the next video we're gonna take care of this. This subframe is gonna bolt right here, and we're gonna make our own frame rail from a 3/16 steel. So you're just gonna have to stay tuned for that, and we are gonna use this inside here. So it's gonna be an interesting video. It's gonna be a nice fabrication, but for right now, this is how the strut tower is going to stay in this car. And if you look from the side of the view, they are way inside where the hood is gonna close, so it's gonna be like kind of down low, which is nice. So make sure you stay tuned for the next video, because in the next video we are building a subframe, and the video is not gonna come out until it's fully bolted on into the frame. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and let's build some cool stuff.